The words hit me like a bucket of ice water. My daughter-in-law, Lena, said it with a smile I could almost hear. Oh, we already got married yesterday. We only invited special people. I, who had paid their rent for 3 years. I, who bought their furniture. I, who filled their fridge when they were hungry. I was not a special person. I was just the wallet. And the wallet had just snapped shut. I stood in my living room holding the phone as if it weighed 1,000 pounds. The pale pink dress I had bought for the wedding hung uselessly in my closet. $200 wasted. Max, my only son, finally got on the line. His voice sounded rehearsed. He said, "Mom, it was intimate. Just us." A lie. I saw the photos online. I saw Lena's parents, her siblings, the white dress I helped pay for. I saw everyone who was special. A week later, the phone rang again. The arrogance was gone. Lena sounded desperate. "Renata, the rent is overdue. The landlord says he'll kick us out. You forgot the transfer." I remembered the beans and rice I ate so they could dine out. The vacations I skipped. The silence on my end was heavy. I said, with a calm that surprised even me, "Didn't I warn you, Lena? I only help special people. They say love keeps no record of wrongs. But a fool keeps no record of expenses." I decided to stop being a fool. I sat at my table and I did the math. I wanted to see the price tag of my motherly love. $33,000 for $100. $33,000 for $100 taken from my husband's inheritance. From my pension. All thrown out the window to keep two adults comfortable who couldn't even offer me a slice of wedding cake. I went to the bank. "Mr. Klein." The manager looked worried when I asked to cancel the automatic transfers. He asked, "Are you sure, Mrs. Richter? Did something happen?" It is a sad irony when a bank manager shows you more genuine concern than the child you birthed. What happened, I told him, is that I finally opened my eyes. I walked home feeling light, free, until I saw the cars. They were inside, Max, Lena, and a man in a cheap grey suit going through my private papers on my dining table. I demanded, "What is happening here?" The lawyer, a Mr. Fisher, told me my children were worried about my mental well-being. They weren't there to apologize. They were there to declare me incompetent. Max piped up, condescendingly, "Mom, you cut us off without explanation. You're not answering calls. We think you're confused. The woman who managed a household for 40 years. No, this is a tactic. It's called gaslighting. When you stop being useful, they try to make you believe you're broken. I am not confused," I stated, strong and clear. "I am clearer than I have been in years. And the three of you are leaving. Now, they tried to argue. They tried to hand me a power of attorney folder. I threw it in the trash without opening it. The only transition happening here, I told them, is you transitioning to the other side of that door. I didn't sleep that night. I planned. This was war. The next morning, I met with Mr. Weber, an expert in elder law. He told me that what they did is called elder financial abuse. It is a crime. And I was not alone. 50-7% of perpetrators are family members. My son was just a statistic. And I was determined not to be a victim. We changed the will. We documented the $33,000 for $100 as a pre-inheritance already paid out. Then I went to the hardware store. New locks, high-definition cameras. When Lena called again from a different number, trying to manipulate me with a celebration dinner, I didn't crumble. I asked her one question: "Do you miss me or do you miss the money?" She admitted it was both. At least she was honest. I hung up. I discovered I wasn't the only one. My neighbor, Eleanor, had been through the same thing. We joked about the manipulation handbook our children seemed to read from. I visited my husband, Robert. I cleaned his grave. I apologized to him for losing myself, for thinking I had to buy our son's love. I realized that for 3 years, I had been an ATM with a heartbeat. Max and Lena had been planning their future around my death, waiting for me to be an obstacle they could remove. but I am not an obstacle. I am a woman with a life left to live. When I got home, the cameras alerted me. They were back. Max, Lena, and 2 others I didn't recognize. They were pointing at the house, looking at the new locks, arguing. My heart raced. But this time, it wasn't fear. It was adrenaline. I didn't open the door. I dialed Mr. Weber. Get the paperwork ready, I said. They're back. And this time, I'm pressing charges.